So back to this butterfly video and how to draw it. As you can see, I've finished drawing in, or at least mapping and sketching in the sort of details that you see on this butterfly over here. Not being too careful about it all, making it look perfect just yet, but I have started adding the tonal areas and tonal shading. So in some of the areas that look black, I've literally just pressed on quite hard, held my pencil near the end, and I've started just describing where those dark areas are. Okay, you could call it colouring in, but it's just sort of applying the darker tones first, just to make it look like it's, you know, making progress, and I'm moving forward with my drawing. I'm still having to look at the the image here. I'm not just sort of ignoring it. I've got to keep looking at where those details are, even though I'm doing the shading. Once you start taking your eye off the picture, you'll find you start making mistakes because you forget what's there. So you've got to be truthful, and you've got to keep looking at the picture that you're working from. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. A couple of things that I've done that you might not be able to see on this picture in order to make my butterfly structure stand out. Where there's two dark areas here, on mine I've left a tiny white gap, just so that we can still see those segments and those structural lines. Now in here they're just very black and you can just about see them. So I've used what we call a bit of artistic license and left those visible where the two dark areas meet. Something that I've always done when I've done pencil drawings like this, so that we can still see those areas. Okay, just a little hint, a bit of a hack if you like. So the bit that I wanted to show you was this area here. How do I get this sort of dark to light faded effect? Okay, and I do that by flicking my pencil. I'm going to do this out here. So you press on hard and you flick it, so you get like a faded line. When you get a few of them together, you can make some of them longer, and you come the other way, you can get this sort of effect that I'm doing here, and you can go a little bit lighter as you get towards the middle. It leaves like a lighter area in the middle, which is what I've done here. So I'm going to do that here so you can see me doing it in this section there. So you start off where the line is and you press down hard. You need to rest your hand on the table, press down hard, just make sure you're going in the direction that you need to go and you don't go across. Going across you won't get that same effect. So you press on hard where the edge is and then literally flick the pencil off. If you've not done it before and you don't feel confident, then just practice in the space around it. Okay, it's the butterfly that's important, not this sort of other space. So don't worry too much about that. Just flick the pencil so it goes lighter towards the middle. Keep looking at this, you know, where is it dark, where is it light? And you can go lighter towards there, and then from the other side again pulling it down. Turn your hand, turn your work if you don't get the same or the right angle or the direction you want. You can rotate your hand all the work. So just flick. And I'm not drawing lines like this. I'm flicking the pencil, releasing the pressure once I've pressed down. Okay, if you just draw lines like this, it's going to look really bad. I've just made a mess of my area, but it doesn't matter. This is just to teach you about what to do. So flick the pencil and release the pencil before you finish the line, so you'll get that faded effect that I'm achieving here. Right, so now I'll put a bit of music on in the background. I don't know whether you'll be able to hear this in the background. I'm listening to Radio 1's Live Lounge, where you get musicians and artists doing covers, live covers in the Radio 1 studios. I really like how they get creative with other people's songs, a little bit like we do in art, where we get creative with other people's ideas in art. Musicians do the same, where they do covers or copies of, but they put their own sort of slant on it, really, their own spin on other people's songs. And we do that in art all the time. We put our own spin on other people's ideas and styles and works, making it our own. You can see how I'm building this up, pressing on hard, holding the pencil at the end at the bottom so that I can control it. Looking at the picture all the time. So now you can do a little bit, pause the video and then come back to me when you've done a little bit more. Don't have to keep watching everything I've done here, otherwise you are going to get bored. But I'm going to carry on with this. It's been about 5 minutes now. I found myself actually quite enjoying making these videos. I very rarely get time to sit down and do my own drawings or do drawings. I'm constantly doing demonstrations in class, but I never really get a chance to finish anything. So it's been a real pleasure, not only just teaching, making these videos, but actually having time to sit down and seeing something through. But then having said that, I probably won't even get a chance to finish this, because there'll be something more important to do, more urgent to do. So you can see here the effect that I've tried to achieve here. The other areas here are very straightforward. It's pretty much black and white, describing these areas. But just remember what I said about leaving these sort of little white gaps to suggest where the lines of structure are that we drew in earlier. Otherwise they're all just going to merge into one big black area, which we don't really want, to be honest. Okay, and again in the body here you've got an area of sort of dark to light shading. I'll just do a little bit here. Like so. There you go. So obviously if I just sit here and do this, I'm going to really enjoy it, but you're going to get bored. Now what I might do is a follow-up video just before I finished it all. I'll probably take this home and finish this, and then I can show you the finished thing, or I can post a photograph of it on your assignment or in the Teams chat. So good luck with this. Remember to take your time. It does take time. It's going to take you at least an hour, if not more, to complete this. Maybe a good couple of hours if you're going to do it well. It will probably take me another hour and a half to finish this properly. Okay, I hope it's been helpful. Obviously drop me an email if you want at cmystery@ladybridgehigh.co.uk if you want any extra help, or if there's something that you don't quite get, you don't quite understand, then fine, just send me an email, or you can ask me a question on the Teams chat as well. Okay, take care, good luck.